Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we are going to be looking at something that I think just about everybody struggles with, and that is stress.
Yeah.
And, kind of the quest for a little more peace and calm in our everyday lives.
Absolutely.
And we've got a really interesting collection of research here that you sent me that all points to the connection between what we eat and how we experience that stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be diving into today. We're going to be looking at a whole bunch of different things. I know we're going to be talking about blueberries. We're going to be talking about leafy greens, even things like yogurt and turkey and salmon.
Pistachios.
Pistachios even, yeah. All sorts of things.
Peppermint tea.
Peppermint tea, okay, yeah. So it's going to be a wide range.
It's a very diverse group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we're really trying to do today is extract the most practical and actionable information about how our food choices can actually help us manage those feelings of stress and anxiety. So this is your shortcut to understanding which everyday foods can actually become allies in that quest for calm.
I love that. Food as allies.
Yeah. So let's get started. Let's jump right in. I think a lot of us have blueberries in the fridge or the freezer. It's something that we tend to have around. And I was really interested to see it pop up in a lot of this research you sent me. So what is it about blueberries that make them such a good choice when we're talking about stress?
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're packed with antioxidants and phytonutrients. And that's really the key here, because these compounds help support your body's ability to cope with stress, on a physical level.
Ah, okay.
So we know that stress can do a number on your immune system, right? It makes you feel completely drained and wiped out.
Yeah.
So these antioxidants, they're like little warriors, fighting off the inflammation that stress can trigger.
So it's really that they're kind of helping our bodies be more resilient.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so we should be reaching for blueberries. What about leafy greens?
Yes, leafy greens, those are essential too. We're talking spinach, kale, things like that.
Right.
And they're full of this B vitamin called folate. Okay. And folate plays a crucial role in producing dopamine.
Dopamine, okay.
Which you've probably heard of as that feel-good neurotransmitter.
Yeah.
So the more dopamine you have, generally, the calmer and more content you tend to feel. So by eating your leafy greens, you're basically giving your brain the tools it needs to create its own calming signals.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's not just about them being healthy in a general sense. It's actually impacting our brain chemistry.
Exactly. They're directly contributing to that sense of balance and less anxiety.
Okay. So we've got blueberries, we've got leafy greens. Now this next one kind of surprised me. Yogurt.
Ah, yes, yogurt. A powerhouse when it comes to gut health.
Right. And I know everyone's talking about the gut-brain connection these days.
Yeah.
So how does yogurt actually help reduce stress?
It's all about the probiotics in yogurt.
Okay.
They help cultivate a healthy gut microbiome.
Okay.
So essentially, they're promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria in your gut. And those bacteria, believe it or not, can actually influence the production of neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers we talked about earlier.
Right.
And some of those neurotransmitters, they play a big role in regulating mood and how you respond to stress.
Okay, so it's like the happier our gut is, the happier our brain is.
You got it. So caring for your gut health with yogurt can actually lead to a calmer, more resilient mind.
Very cool. Okay, let's move on to another food that I know is very popular, especially around the holidays.
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. I mean, who doesn't love a turkey dinner?
Right. And who doesn't love that post-turkey drowsiness?
Right. You eat the turkey, and then you want to take a nap. So the research here points to an amino acid called tryptophan.
Yeah, tryptophan is key here. It's actually a precursor to serotonin.
Okay.
And as we discussed earlier, serotonin is a key player in regulating mood, sleep, and overall well-being.
Right.
So when you eat turkey, the tryptophan in it gets converted into serotonin in your brain.
Okay.
And that increase in serotonin can promote relaxation and better sleep quality.
So that feeling of being sleepy after a turkey dinner, it's not just because we ate a lot of food.
Exactly. It's partly due to this serotonin effect gently calming your mind and body.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
So we kind of have science on our side when we want to take that post-turkey nap. Okay, next on the list, salmon.
Ah, salmon. An excellent source of those omega-3 fatty acids.
Right, which are well known for their anti-inflammatory properties.
Precisely. And this is important because chronic stress can actually lead to inflammation throughout the body.
Oh, interesting.
So those omega-3s in salmon, they can help counteract that inflammation. And in doing so, they can regulate those stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline.
Yeah.
And that can lead to a calmer state of mind and better focus, even when things get hectic.
So it's like we're kind of buffering ourselves against the negative effects of stress.
Exactly. Creating a more balanced and resilient internal environment.
Okay, this next one was very interesting to me because it's not just about the food itself, but also the process of eating it.
Are you talking about pistachios?
Pistachios, yeah. So tell me about this.
Well, on one hand, there's the act of shelling the pistachios, which can be very mindful and almost meditative.
Okay, yeah.
That repetitive motion can be quite soothing, but then pistachios themselves can also regulate blood pressure and heart rate.
Oh, wow.
And those are two things that tend to spike when we're stressed. Plus, they're a good source of antioxidants, which can protect your cardiovascular system from the strain of stress.
So it's like a double whammy. You've got that mindful activity of cracking them open, and then you've got the physiological benefits of the pistachios themselves.
Exactly. A truly holistic approach to stress management.
I like that. All right, moving on to something that I think we all really enjoy. Dark chocolate.
Ah, yes. Dark chocolate. The guilt-free indulgence.
Well, maybe a little guilt-free. So it's on this list because of its ability to lower stress hormones. But the research seems to be very specific about what kind of dark chocolate we should be eating.
That's right. It's all about the cocoa content.
Okay.
The higher the percentage of cocoa, the better. The antioxidants in cocoa can actually help relax blood vessels, which improves circulation.
Okay.
And this leads to better blood flow to the brain, which can promote a sense of calm.
Okay.
Plus, studies have shown that dark chocolate can actually lower cortisol levels, that major stress hormone.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what percentage of cocoa should we be aiming for?
At least 70%.
70%.
That way, you're minimizing added sugars and other less than ideal ingredients often found in milk chocolate.
Okay. So we're looking for high-quality dark chocolate. And when we eat that, we're actually helping our bodies manage those stress hormones better.
Exactly. It's a delicious and effective way to unwind.
Okay, great. So we've got blueberries, leafy greens, yogurt, turkey, salmon, pistachios, dark chocolate. Next up, avocados.
Avocados, yes, those are packed with monounsaturated fats.
Looking to those healthy fats, right?
Exactly. And these fats, they can really help stabilize your mood. They regulate blood sugar levels, which is important because when your blood sugar dips and spikes, you can feel irritable and anxious.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Plus, avocados make you feel full and satisfied, which can help prevent stress-induced overeating.
Okay.
And they're also rich in potassium, which is crucial for a healthy nervous system.
So they're really kind of hitting stress from a bunch of different angles.
Absolutely. They're a versatile ally in the fight against stress.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some beverages.
Sounds refreshing.
Yes. So the first one up is green tea.
Green tea. It's known for its powerful antioxidants and an amino acid called L-theanine.
Okay, L-theanine. What does that do?
Well, L-theanine has been shown to promote a feeling of relaxation without making you drowsy. So it's a great option for when you need to stay alert but still want to reduce anxiety. It's that sense of calm alertness that's so valuable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so green tea is great for daytime stress management. What about when we're trying to wind down before bed?
Then I'd recommend peppermint tea.
Peppermint tea, yeah. Why is that so good for sleep?
It contains menthol, which has natural muscle relaxant properties.
Okay.
So sipping on a warm cup of peppermint tea before bed can help calm both your mind and body, preparing you for a restful sleep.
Okay, so green tea for daytime, peppermint tea for nighttime. What about bananas?
Bananas are interesting because they've been described as natural beta blockers.
Beta blockers. I usually hear that in a medical context.
Right. Well, beta blockers work by blocking the effects of adrenaline.
Okay.
And bananas contain compounds that seem to have a similar effect.
Yeah.
They prevent adrenaline from fully binding to its receptors,
Interesting.
which can help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation. Plus, bananas are good for serotonin production too.
Oh, right, because they've got those B vitamins and folate.
Exactly. So a simple banana can be a surprisingly powerful tool for stress management.
Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about turmeric.
Turmeric, yes. It's often hailed as a superfood.
And I know you can add it to all kinds of things, but the suggestion here is to enjoy it as golden milk before bed.
Golden milk is a wonderful way to consume turmeric. It's essentially turmeric with warm milk, and it can be very soothing.
Okay.
And turmeric contains curcumin, which is known for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties.
Okay.
These properties are what make it so beneficial for stress. It can potentially reduce anxiety and even help with symptoms of depression.
Interesting. So what's the deal with adding black pepper to it?
That's crucial. Black pepper contains piperine, which dramatically enhances the absorption of curcumin.
So without the black pepper, we're not getting the full benefits of the turmeric.
Exactly. So always add a pinch of black pepper to your golden milk.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, this has been such a fascinating deep dive. We've covered so much ground today, from those tiny blueberries to the soothing warmth of peppermint tea.
It's amazing how many everyday foods can have such a significant impact on our mental well-being.
It is. And I think it's really empowering to realize that we have some control over how we manage stress and anxiety.
Absolutely. It's all about making informed choices and incorporating these foods into our daily routines.
Well said. And as we wrap up today's deep dive, I want to leave you with a question to ponder. Think about all these fascinating connections we've explored, how different foods can interact with your nervous system in unique ways. What's one small, maybe even surprising dietary change you might experiment with this week to see how it affects your own stress levels?
It's a chance to become your own investigator.
Exactly. Thank you all so much for joining us today on The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.